If I look familiar to you, there's a 50% chance that you probably know me from my videos about Melanie Martinez. Those videos are actually some of the most popular videos I have on my channel ever. And without a fail, in every single video, I kept saying that I'm gonna keep talking about this Melanie Martinez situation, I'm gonna make more videos, and that I have more information to share with you guys. However, as you can see, the last video that I posted about Melanie Martinez came out 5 months ago, and I have not spoken about her ever since. And that's because there's actually a reason why I refuse to talk about Melanie Martinez. Those videos started a lot of discussions and definitely made an impact on the internet. And I just felt like I had to come on here to talk to you guys and tell you what's been really happening. I just wanted to open up to you guys and share my own personal feelings regarding this entire Melanie Martinez situation, as well as some of the things that I went through because of it. This video will definitely surprise you because I'm gonna say some things that you never expected to hear from me. I'm gonna tell you things that I kept a secret for a very long time. And I also wanted to hear you guys' advice and feedback on everything that I'm gonna drop on you right now. So without further ado, what even happened and why I don't talk about Melanie Martinez anymore? Hi! As always, before we start, I would just like to say that with this video, I am not trying to promote hate towards anyone who was involved in the situation. And also, everything I say is alleged. And also, while we're at it, can you please subscribe to my channel if you like me? My goal is 100,000 subscribers, and because of you guys, we're so close to that. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching my videos. Okay, now let's start. So let me jump right into it. You see, in 2024, I posted my first video regarding the Melanie Martinez allegations. It was a video that I posted like a day after Timothy Heller decided to speak up again about her own allegations and what happened to her. I explained what the allegations were, and I also talked about how people think about Timothy Heller back then versus now, and it was like a very general video. And of course, just from speaking up about the allegations, I did expect some backlash. I used to be a Melanie Martinez fan for many years, and I know how crazy the fan base is because I used to be one of them. At the end of the day, I am a commentary YouTuber, so I expect that to happen with every single video that I make. People have different opinion from me, and that's totally okay. Like, I understand that. But what I just didn't expect to come out of that video is that Melanie Martinez fans decided to spam my business email. They would just spam it with a bunch of threads and mean things about me, calling me ugly, saying how, oh, you're so ugly, Melanie Martinez is so much prettier, and you just hate her because she's more talented, more gorgeous than you are. And all of those just like negative statements, which I ignored. I usually barely check that email anyway, so that like I didn't even see them until I guess those Melanie Martinez fans got really annoyed that I didn't reply to them, so they decided to use another strategy against me. They decided to start allegations against me, and they started claiming that I myself SA'd someone. But that was like less of an allegation and more of like a general daily statement that would get sent to my email that would be like, I know what you did. LisaQQQ is an awful person. I hope you die. I hope you and your family die. The general idea of an allegation was that I SA'd someone who was 13 at a time, which is very funny because in 2024, nobody knew my real age and I was 14 years old. And thinking back on it now, I shouldn't have paid any attention to those allegations because they were obviously not true, and it wasn't even an allegation, it was just like an excuse to send threats to me with no proof and no story, no evidence, just a claim that I did that to someone. But seeing those notifications and seeing those sentences in big letters, I hope you die, I think that really took an emotional toll back then on me. I would consider myself a very emotional and sensitive person, which girl, why are you doing YouTube out of all things if you are like that? But I guess I just didn't expect for me to receive those threads daily. I just like didn't think that would come out of me talking about the situation and just sharing what I know about it, just sharing what happened. Like, I just didn't like sue me, but I don't think that's normal. And so, since I am a very emotional person, I just couldn't function for a while because of that. Like, that really kind of sent me into like depression. I just couldn't function normally in my normal life, knowing that there are threads like coming every single minute to my email, and like there's this conversation going on between those Melanie Martinez fans that I'm an awful person, and I was really scared that they're gonna take it a step further and like do something even worse than that. And so every day at school, I couldn't focus, I couldn't do anything. I was just like so out of everything because of how much it affected me. So that was the first hit that I took for ever talking about Melanie Martinez. But unfortunately, it did not end here. However, the majority of the feedback I received on that video was positive, and people even started bringing up more things that they know about Melanie Martinez for me to make a video about. And so that's exactly what I did. I decided to make a video about another situation that happened shortly after. Melanie Martinez Crybaby book conversation on TikTok. This whole thing was about the Crybaby coloring book situation where there was one page that looked really inappropriate because Crybaby is a child. It's a child character, it's a toddler, it's a child going through adult things, as Melanie Martinez said herself. So seeing that child in that position obviously enraged a lot of people and just started another conversation about how weird Melanie Martinez is. And although people kind of disagreed with me on that video because some people just didn't think the coloring book was a big deal overall, that video caused for me to dig deeper into the whole crybaby concept of Melanie Martinez. And I found some things that I just can never forget that make me see Melanie Martinez differently. You see, I have been a fan of Melanie Martinez more than I have been a fan of literally anything in my entire life. I liked Melanie Martinez ever since I was like 9 and 10 years old. I considered Melanie Martinez to be my idol. I loved her. I wanted to be like her for the longest time ever. And just because I have been a fan of Melanie Martinez for so long, I obviously was there when the allegations dropped. But I was one of those little Melanie Martinez fans that were like, oh, Timothy Heller allegations were disproven. Timothy Heller is a liar and Melanie Martinez is the best. And the whole reason I even started making so many videos about Melanie Martinez is honestly for a selfish reason. For me. I was making those videos for me to research more about Melanie Martinez. And with every single video, I was more and more disappointed in her. And I decided to make those videos in the first place to search everything myself and form an opinion myself without all the Melanie Martinez fans telling me that Timothy Heller is a liar. And once I researched everything that happened myself, I realized, wow, I am a horrible human being. I am so horrible. I should have never said that. Because actually, I do stand with Timothy Heller, and just by doing my own research in those videos, I realized how wrong I was for believing the lies that Melanie Martinez fandom created, for believing all the misinformation that was going around the Melanie Martinez fandom. And after that, I realized that I shouldn't trust my knowledge as a Melanie Martinez fan from all those years ago, and I should revisit everything I know about Melanie Martinez again. So after making the video about the coloring book, I decided, why don't I just go and search everything I know about the Crybaby album? Because now looking at the coloring book, I find some things weird. What if, such a crazy idea, the whole Melanie Martinez Crybaby concept and the whole album is just a big, weird fetish? Just imagine if that was true. So I had to go and I had to research the whole story, everything again, just to convince myself that my suspicion was wrong. right? Like it was wrong. Like that's obviously couldn't be true. Like that's obviously couldn't be true. So that's where the deep dive into Crybaby era of Melanie Martinez comes in. And whoa, that was a roller coaster. That was like probably the most disgusting video that I have ever made. That video just made me so disgusted. I remember just having to like pause the recording on my phone and just like take a few deep breaths just to calm down because of just how disgusting everything about it was. That deep dive, even though it didn't get a lot of views, even though it didn't start anything new, any new conversations, that video probably impacted me the most because that's when I really found out that I have been supporting such a horrible person for majority of my life. From that video, I found out that Melanie Martinez hasn't actually gone through any of the trauma that she talks about as a crybaby character, except bullying. She was actually bullied. But everything else she didn't go through. It's basically her entire aesthetic to make this poor child character, poor toddler named Crybaby, go through absolutely horrible life from the start of it, living in dysfunctional family, being like abused and etc etc etc. She wrote that. She wrote all those songs and she had no idea what she was talking about. She never experienced it. And of course, you don't have to know a lot about trauma to make a song about it. Like, you can make a song about awareness, but the problem with Melanie Martinez is that was her whole personality. Dressing up as a child character, going through adult horrible things. And I started to like Melanie Martinez in the first place because after listening to that album and to those songs, I thought that Melanie Martinez gets me. I thought that she really got all my trauma, that she understands what I had to go through, that she really understands me. And I really thought that, like she wouldn't make so many songs about it if she didn't go through that, right? Wrong. She actually just did it for aesthetic. Wouldn't it be so aesthetic if a child had to go through horrible experiences as if it doesn't happen to many people in real life? Wouldn't it be just so cute to make a profit out of other people's traumas? And that video really sticks out to me the most because in that video I actually found out that not only it's her whole weird thing to like portray adult things through a child character, but also, if that wasn't creepy enough, she also has ties to a certain fetish called adult diaper lover fetish or whatever, and she actually bought a dress from the adult diaper lover community. And she actually wore that on stage and in one of her music videos. She bought the dress from Pacify Her music video, that iconic blue dress, from an Etsy shop known specifically for creating fetish clothing. And if you scroll the pictures from that Etsy shop for that dress, you will literally see a picture of Melanie Martinez wearing it. It is their main promotion. Melanie Martinez is the pride and joy of that damn Etsy shop. And normally I don't judge fashion. I love Lolita fashion. I love all those pretty dresses that she wore. But maybe when your whole album and your whole concept is centered around a character who is a child, maybe you should not associate yourself with a community that sexualizes children. Oh, how about that? Maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe when you are portraying yourself as this child character crybaby, maybe you shouldn't wear a very relieving clothing. Maybe you shouldn't pose provocatively with child items in your mouth. Maybe you shouldn't do it. And by this point, it just became so hard for me to even look at Melanie Martinez's face. It was so hard for me to have to see it all the time when making those videos because I was genuinely just so disgusted and disappointed in the things that she did that I just couldn't do it. It was so hard for me. By that point, I was so grateful that I didn't buy any Melanie Martinez merch ever in my life because when I started liking Melanie Martinez, I used to live in Russia and there wasn't, a lot of possibilities for me to get any merch from Melanie Martinez. So I didn't. And that was such a relief because I had to watch all those Melanie Martinez collectors on TikTok having to get rid of their collections, having to take each item and sell it. And their whole accounts were just based on Melanie Martinez. And they were having to come out and apologize for supporting such a horrible person for years. But it's better late than never. And at the end of the day, they did get rid of their collection. So, you know, I don't know. I just felt so tricked as like such a young fan back then to feed into this Melanie Martinez propaganda and actually make her my idol when she actually isn't what she is, when she is in reality just a horrible person who profits off others' trauma, who actually had a great childhood and didn't experience half of the things she was talking about. And what she was doing with her entire concept and her whole music videos wasn't awareness. It was more of like romanticization of all those traumas. It was literally purely aesthetic, and everything in her music videos was pink and cute. Huh. When in reality, it's not cute. And speaking of merch, that's when we get my last known Melanie Martinez video about her ex-boyfriend drama, where I also talked a lot about her merch problem. This was a period of time where everybody on TikTok kind of already accepted that Melanie Martinez is not a good person. Particularly the fact that she lied about being in debt for years and got herself a mansion with her desired design, specifically designed by her. And since she can afford a mansion, why are her merch prices this big? Why does she charge $100 for a candle that comes in broken? Why does she charge $100 for a dress made of 100% polyester? And every single fan who buys that dress says that it's uncomfortable, it makes your skin itch, and it breaks. She just wanted to make money from her fans. Her merch prices wouldn't be such a big conversation, but you can't charge this much money for the product to come in broken, for the product to be such low quality. You can find the same candles in Dollar Tree for $1. Like, why are you selling them for $60 each? I guess I just feel so guilty for supporting Melanie Martinez for so many years, for idolizing her, for making her my role model for the entirety of my teenage years, and having to come to a conclusion that she is a horrible person, and having to see her lie to her fans, to lie that she's in debt, to treat her fans like this with the merch. There was an experience that she had where you could pay to go through a VIP Melanie Martinez experience, and that was just like a photo booth where a hologram of Melanie Martinez would come to you and pose. The fact that fans paid $500 for this, you could have just walked down and posed with the fans. You could have just done that. She doesn't care about you. She doesn't care about you as a fan. She just cares about your money. She just wants your money. She just wants everybody's money. She doesn't care about her fans. She literally produced NFTs just to get more money. Her entire brand is not related to NFTs at all. She didn't have to do that, but she did it because she wanted money. And I just feel so guilty for treating the Timothy Heller situation this way at first, for not doing my research, for believing misinformation for years. It's just so horrifying to witness how people treat Timothy Heller for just speaking up. She didn't do it with an intention of canceling Melanie Martinez forever. She just wanted to speak up. And people tortured her for it and bullied her and cyberbullied her and doxed her for like a lot of years. And now they do it to every single person who ever speaks up about Melanie Martinez. And the fact that all of this came out from her just speaking up about her SA made me really think about my friends who went through similar experiences, from my personal experiences that I had to endure. If my friends or I had to speak up, I just got an impression that people would also say that I am a liar. And I don't think I would ever be able to handle that. Just going through comments on my Melanie Martinez videos and seeing all of those Melanie Martinez fans just completely ignoring everything I said in the video. It's like they didn't even watch it. Just comment, Melanie Martinez is a queen and Timothy Heller is a liar and she should die. Like that really enraged me. Just seeing people talk about it like this made me even more passionate about making videos about Melanie Martinez. Because if I keep bringing it up, if people keep seeing those videos, if people keep getting reminded of all the allegations and the horrible things that Melanie Martinez has, then maybe people will learn to treat SA victims differently. And I don't regret making so many videos about Melanie Martinez, even if Melanie Martinez fandom says that I'm just an unknown YouTuber who wants clout, who wants views, and that's why she uses Melanie Martinez's name for fame. I don't care. I don't care about that because I feel passionate about it and I feel passionate to talk about it. And if those videos can change someone else's mind about Melanie Martinez, then I will do it. The reason why I couldn't do it for a long time is because of my own emotional and personal feelings about it, and as well as the threats that followed it. But that being said, I have not received any threats for a long time now, and I'm pretty sure those Melanie Martinez fans gave up, which is why I have one more important thing to ask you. You see, very recently, one of my subscribers emailed me an entire document on everything that Melanie Martinez has ever done, with all the proof, with all the history attached to it, with all the information about Melanie Martinez. It's a giant document. Thank you so much to that subscriber, by the way. But what I'm trying to say is, if you guys want for me to make one last huge video about Melanie Martinez, about everything that she has done, instead of all those small videos, it will be just one very long video on every single thing with all the information in it. If you guys want for me to make that video, please let me know in the comments. And this question is the entire reason why I recorded this video, because I really want to know your guys' opinion and I want your advice on this. Please let me know in the comments. So in conclusion, I don't have a conclusion about this video. I just believe that Melanie Martinez fans are insane for trying to silence me. Because if my subscribers tell me to make another video, then I will do it. And there is nothing they can do about it, because I'm in a much better emotional space right now and none of these threats could ever affect me. But again, that's just my opinion, and if you have a different one, you can always express it in my comment section. And if you just want to say something about Melanie Martinez, whether or not you were a fan, or whether you maybe experienced something like I did, you can always say something in the comments. I will please once again ask you to subscribe to my channel and my other social media that are linked in the description. And also, can you guys please click the hype button below to hype me and my videos up? The hype button is there on YouTube to support your favorite small content creators. And by just clicking this one little button, you tremendously help for this channel to grow, and I really appreciate it. So please click the hype button. And now, bye!